I have just been hearing and listening in a deep, mindful way. Not in a deep way, in a mindful way, which is very different. Today I've been going through many magical moments that maybe I will make a video later. But this is about how I felt with Outshine by Soundgarden with Chris Cornell, which is like Jesus Christ. I always thought that he was like the Buddha, but today he reminds me more to the concept, the human concept of what they have about Jesus Christ. And I might be absolutely wrong about what I felt about the song, but wrong, I mean, like the rest of the people understood something completely different. And there will be maybe 1,000 different stories about the song, and hopefully mine is the only one. What I mean is that most of the people who already have their idea, they're not gonna share with me. Or yes, who knows, depending on them. The thing is that I made the video in Spanish. I made the video in Spanish, and I don't know if I'm gonna translate it now or if I'm going to continue from the Spanish version, and then I don't know if I'm gonna repeat or continue with a different version. The thing is that I loved it, how I felt in my universe all his lyrics. I don't know if I got all the lyrics, it doesn't matter. I was reading them, and I don't want to memorize because I had many different experiences that they were not new experiences. There was experiences that I had in my life, and today, listen to this song, I was connecting to every single paragraph in different experiences in my life. And it was so important that I never listened so carefully, not carefully, connected to this song in my life. I had it, the melody was in my head today while having lunch, and I don't know why. I said, why do I have this? And because I had so many things that I learned today, then I sit down on top of all of them, all the Jesus who had all these learning experiences, that maybe I will make some videos, hopefully, because that's what I do with my learning, with my lessons that I get as the human Jesus. He is making the video, and then sometimes I can watch it and see who's recording the video and who is watching when you are watching the other one in the video. So it's like I'm looking in the mirror, I look like California, or I look California, I feel Minnesota. That's one of the many things, but I don't remember. But what I was saying is that what I do is with the camera, and what he is saying with the mirror is that he put this link in between the higher Chris Cornell and the person Chris Cornell. And he was a master writing the lyrics, feeling them, performing them, and with the music. So the artist is putting his art into the link to connect the different levels of consciousness. And he is probably complaining in one of the aspects, because I felt that link is the same that I said about how I do the videos. That's the thing, how crazy and crazier and crazier and crazier you can get. But then you go down, because to be crazier is to transcend craziness. To transcend craziness, the next level is to be crazy, the next level down. And the next level is to be rational, which is sick. And the next level is what? I don't know, brainless or mindless. And the next level, so those are the levels, and there are infinite levels. Infinite. And after the infinite one, God comes. And is the God, the highest God I have ever mentioned in my life. This is the highest. Being able to say with words. Because what I've been learning in the last 4 years making these videos is to connect the information with the person through words, skipping the feelings, because the body doesn't need the feelings to say the words. So it needs when it's a person. But the one who's making the videos is not the person. Sometimes it's this higher consciousness, higher than any other high consciousness that I can imagine that I had in my meditation, in my crazy ideas that they come out, and I make a video, like the video of the infinite dimensions, that the one who created that video was visiting me during the lockdown, because that's when I wrote it and filmed it, and it was nothing like I need to express. It was a casualty, because I never did that as an artistic way, but it is because I did it accidentally, not on purpose. Because when there is a purpose on something, then you continue with that purpose. And my purpose, it was only to make a video for a contest of short movies under 1 minute. It was called I Feel Myself at Home. Instead of I Stay at Home, I Feel Myself at Home. Yo me quedo en casa, yo me ruedo en casa. So, of course, I wanted to give my perspectives using that context of the moment, which was awesome, but I didn't feel it that way. I was feeling that way day by day, because it took me 2 days, I think, to make the whole video. Writing it, I think it was 10 minutes. Then performing it, learning because it was easy, because one was not speaking. So it was voice over, so I could record it later, just reading. I don't need to memorize the text. And the other one could read it, because where the other one was not there was a tablet, so I could read the tablet. And the thing is that when I was editing it, I finished, and when I edited, I felt how I feel watching these actors. So then I came with the idea, only when I was editing, came with the idea of filming me again with the camera with a chroma screen, a green screen. And so I could put myself in front of the other people, arguing and discussing who's more real. And the cameraman appeared only when I was almost like finishing, because it was so clear, the couch moment, it was so clear, but there was not an amazing ending. But I had many things to say, always. I always have many more things to say than the things I say, always. And I haven't been an artist at all. So probably I'm starting to learn to talk. That's what I've been doing in the last 4 years, talking to the camera, like talking to the mirror. So because there was no purpose, but there was a feeling of making the video, and it was the moment. I had the time, so that's why I say it was accidentally, because I had the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stayed at home. I would have been at the beach, snorkeling or scuba diving or whatever. But I wouldn't have been making such a long project. For me, it was like a long project. I mean, if I was not in a lockdown, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah. It's like I have to vomit whatever I need to say, and I cannot do it for 10 days or for 1 month. For me, it's absolutely impossible. I can do things, but there are absolutely different levels of consciousness all the time, every day. And it's like some days you are down, but not down like low or something like that. I mean, down knowing how many infinite dimensions. You don't know the last one. You know they are infinite, just like in the video. And being able to know where, and when you get to different levels, it's like getting an upgrading and things like that. It is an amazing feeling. But I think that Chris Cornell and many of the people like him, I don't know how many people like him is in this history. Probably nobody. Probably Buddha, probably Jesus Christ. The thing is that he saw all these things, but for whatever reason, he was mixing it with drugs. And that was killing his life. And he probably tried to explain the things that he is sharing. He knew that he had it because it's not inside, it's the connection to everything. That he could only express those feelings, but it's not the feelings, it's much through feeling. This information goes through his body and converts into feelings. And then for him it's easy, very easy to make these feelings into cool words. And that's the link that he creates. That's what I've been talking about, is like giving birth. But you, in giving birth, this way, you are the mother and the son. You are everything. And then you just need the link. The link, that is what is the mother, what is the newborn, and what is the link in between them. In the case of the higher consciousness, and being down and something in between, and say with all these words like looking California and feeling Minnesota. And he was talking about many things. I'm trying to remember some of the paragraphs because I had a lot of connection with all of them. Of course, he was talking about the child. So he's like trying to scream out. And if not, this is what I'm feeling, because this is me. I can connect with me 3 years old when he's feeling down, but he's feeling like sold out, and the movie keeps rolling, like life continues, but it's getting old. Yeah. Because the message is like, you know this since you were 75 years old. And you are saying it when you are 25. In his case, he has never been 75 in this timeline. And there are millions. He died when he was 52. So it doesn't matter. It can be in another universe. It can be never. It doesn't matter. The thing is that it is that way, just like many other infinite ways than the rest of the people can feel. And then the rest of the rational people can say, yeah, what he meant is this because his mother this, his father that, and he lived on the second floor. Yeah, and you are absolutely right. I'm not saying that he's saying this. I'm saying that in my universe, this is what his words mean. So I'm just giving my multi-dimensional perspective. So I'm very happy. I listened to Outshine. I listened to the words, because what I was feeling with the music and with Soundgarden and the magical connection that I was through different magical moments in my life that I can always connect. It was never about the lyrics, because I wanted probably to settle down, to be more mature about learning. Not learning. Yeah, learning in my life as a person, experiences that I could connect with that. Because probably when I was 22, I didn't live anything like that. And now I lived something like that, 25, 27, 35, 40, 52, whatever. So I always had like this strange connection that, well, maybe all of a sudden, when I was 23 instead of 53, I decided to connect mindfully with the meaning of the words, like what they mean for me in my higher consciousness. Then maybe I would have seen the future, for instance, or maybe it would have connect with anything that happened to me from 0 till 22 when I first listened to this song. I know it sounds crazy because I'm getting lost, but this message is basically for my museum of strange actions in front of the camera.